Hello, hi guys, how's everybody? All right, as always, I am going to now share. This is how you boost your viewership. You share to another page to get all your peeps. Get all your peeps watching. How are you guys? I know I can't always do this. If I'm in my car and I don't have another device, I can't do this, but I am home. Do you notice that I'm home? Do you see? Hi guys. Do you see that I am in a different location? I'm so calm and I'm relaxed and there's air conditioning. Oh, nobody's home. Usually the hubster is home. God bless, but you know, sometimes a girl just needs a house to herself. So I got my girl here with me, hanging out with me. How are you guys? Hi, hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good morning. Okay, wait, I gotta share one more place. Let me think. What did I miss? Which place did I miss? Okay, here I am. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in with me. Friday is just too wild and crazy, and so okay, now I'm just gonna close this. I'm not even going to try to make this happen on Friday and stress myself out. Yay! Wow, there's a lot of you already. I'm telling you, there is something to be said for letting people know in advance. This was some really good advice that I got. Letting people know in advance what the topic is, when you're going live, and then doing a little reminder. So keep that in mind when you're doing your Facebook Lives, okay? Let people know in as much advance as you can. Not too far out, though. You know, we all have like the attention span of a gnat. So don't let them know too far out. But within a couple of days, and pick the time, pick the topic. Sometimes if you're like me, that topic doesn't come to you until kind of close to when you're supposed to go live. But I'm retraining my brain. Yes, I am safe from Irma. Thank you very much, Maria, for asking. I'm in California, so I'm not anywhere near. Thinking of you guys, these hurricanes have been crazy. So yeah, praying for anyone and everyone who's in the path. So yeah, all right. So we're just enjoying our time here in the house, me and the bells. And listen, all right, so today we are talking about how your words become your reality. And that's really scary if you stop and think about it. If you stop and think about it and think about the things that we say because we're aggravated, because we're frustrated, because we're scared, myself included, our language is writing checks that our butt doesn't want to cash, is the truth of it, right? And I have noticed, you know, being in direct sales now 4 years, a whopping 4 years, I know. But having such a large team working with so many women, it gives me a kind of a bird's eye view of what happens, and I see it over and over and over, and there are so many people who beat the drum of what they don't want. They beat the drum of, I can't sponsor, sponsoring's hard, I can't sponsor, nobody wants to join my team, I can't sponsor, nobody wants to join my team. What are you doing? That's your reality. Honestly, that's your reality. That's the energy you're giving out, and you are absolutely right. Sponsoring is hard for you, and it will always be hard for you until you change your language. It will always be hard for you, and nobody will want to join your team. Congratulations, you're right. Good for you. Nobody's going to want to join your team as long as you keep saying that. And, you know, I've had a lot of instances where I have tried to coach. And if you notice, if you follow my Facebook Lives and you follow the comments, many times in the comments, well, nobody wants to join my team. Well, no, you know, and I'll try to coach and then they'll start arguing with me. And it gets to the point where, you're going to win. You're going to win because it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You are going to win because you are going to create your own reality by the words that you use. There is nothing I can do. There is nothing anyone can do to coach or teach you out of that. Because if you are bound and determined to argue for your limitations, well, by God, that's what you're going to get. That is what you're going to get. You know what? You're right. You can't do online parties. Sorry. I mean, is that what you want somebody to say to you? I don't think it is. I don't think it is, but that's the truth of it. And instead of saying, instead of saying, I can't sponsor, I can't get online parties, the question needs to be, how can I improve my sponsoring skills? Have you ever stopped to ask yourself that? Those of you who have issues with sponsoring, have you ever stopped to change the question, to turn the question into, how can I get better? Am I boring you, dog? Do you hear her snore? How can I get better at sponsoring? How can I get better at online parties? What could I do to get better at online parties? That's an entire energy shift, an entire energy shift. What is your focus? Is your focus on the fact that you can't sponsor and you can't get online parties? Or is your focus on improving your skill set so that you can better sponsor and do online parties? And the truth of the matter is a lot of it is elbow grease. A lot of it is elbow grease and allowing yourself to fail, not being afraid of failing, because that's how you learn. You're never going to learn to ride a bike without falling off, okay? It's never going to happen. How many times did you fall when you were learning to ride a bike before you felt and got the balance? You have to be willing to fall if you want to get good. You have to be willing to practice, practice, practice. And I say it's always best to start with people that you can be really honest with and say, look, I need you to do me a favor. That's how I started. I need you to do me a favor. I need to practice. I promise it'll be fun. Add your people into a group. I tell my host, when I first started, I told my friends, look, I'm not asking you to buy. I just need your contacts, because really, you've heard me preach this over and over. And if you haven't, go watch some of my videos. That the benefit of an online party, the sales, that's the short-term game. That's the short game. You want to play the long game. The long game is the contacts. It's the contacts that you make and developing those relationships. Okay? That's really the goal. That is the purpose, because we all run out of contacts. Normally you're seeing me without makeup. Why do I have makeup on today? Because I have another women's networking meeting. Because I'm expanding my contacts, right? And do I feel like going today? Okay, if any of you ladies are watching, I love you, but do I feel like going today? No, not really. I have a lot of things that I need to take care of today. But is this something that's good for me in the long game? Yes, it is. Can I get over my damn self and blow dry the hairs and put some makeup on? Yes, I can. It's a couple hours out of my day, and I can do it. We don't always feel like doing things. It would have been a lot easier for me to just say, guys, no Facebook Live this week, because I got a lot going on. Like literally, my car is loaded with Goodwill stuff, because I had this huge pile, because I cleaned up my daughter's room, and you guys know what that's like. I just had piles of stuff, and it's been sitting there for a couple days, because honestly, it was too damn hot to put the stuff in the car. That's how hot it was. So today, I'm like, okay, get the kids to school, boom, come home, load the car, take the shower, blow the hair, do the makeup, do the Facebook Live, go to Goodwill, get to the meeting, right? We got things to do. But is it in the best interest of my business for me to make sure that I am committed to going live on Facebook on this wall and doing my Friday Facebook Live, even though it's a Wednesday, even though it feels like Tuesday, because Monday was a holiday and yesterday was Monday, but it was Tuesday. But you see what I'm saying? That's the most important thing. The most important thing is to keep my commitments to myself, to the big picture of what does my life and my business look like a year down the road. We talked about this, if not, I don't even remember, was it last week or the week before, when we talked about goals versus habits. This is a habit that is going to get me to my goal. And you're saying, what is your ultimate goal, Shari? You know what? I don't even really know. I don't even really know, but all I do know is that the habit of consistency is the most important thing that I can do. And it is a muscle. It is a muscle. I am great with consistency in my business. Working out my actual muscles, not as good, not as skilled at that. I am working on that. I am finding ways to be better at getting to the gym 3 times a week. How about that? Instead of, I can't work out, I can't work out, I can't work out, I'm a lazy ass, I can't work out, right? Don't beat the drum of what you don't want. Now, I did this last week and it was really handy because, when I get ideas, ideas are like butterflies, okay? This is how I see it. Ideas float in, they float out. They float in, they float out. I'm kind of aware of the little butterfly, but then it goes away. It might be age. I don't know, but I've got to write it down. So I use the notes in my phone all the time. So I write my notes down and then once in a while, so this is just like a little sidebar. So I get these little butterflies, right? And like sometimes I have ideas for my business, but then I'm like, it's not quite right yet. It's not quite right. It's not, I don't know. I just intuitively, I'm like, it's not the time, but that's an interesting idea and I'm going to hang on to that idea. And then every once in a while, it lands. And when it lands, it's go time. It is go time. And we talk about people and procrastination and putting things off. Honestly, I'm not a procrastinator. And I have realized in the last 10 years of my life that that is not a common thing, that most people procrastinate. So I've started trying to figure out why don't I procrastinate and how can I get people to move their ass? I'm sorry, we're friends and I'm just being honest with you. How can I get people to move their ass when something needs to be done? And I thought, why do I not procrastinate? What is it about me? And you know what it is? It's because when I get an idea, I feel like, damn it, I should have had that idea a long time ago. Now I'm late. I feel like I'm late. I feel like I'm behind the 8 ball. I'm like, oh, no. Wait, oh, dang it. Why didn't I have that a long time ago? When in reality, everything happens in the timing that it's supposed to happen. Remember that which is for me will not pass me, right? All of that. I've even now, thanks to my friend Whitney, she made me a t-shirt, that which is for me will not pass me. So I know all of that, but there's this part of me, there's this sense of urgency inside of me that's saying, oh my gosh, I got to get it done. Oh no. Oh, whoa. If I'd have had that done 6 months ago, where could I have been? Would I be by now? Right? So that's kind of what goes through my head. So in a sense, that might be fear that's pushing me, right? You either head towards pleasure or away from pain. And so I'm trying to head away from pain. I'm trying to head away from the fear of what if I don't do that? What am I going to lose if I don't do that? What is possible for me that I'll never have if I don't do that? I went to Tony Robbins' Unleash the Power Within last November. And that's one of the things that he talks about thinking about what your life would be like if you did the things that you should do. Tony talks about doing the things. Man, close to my heart. So what would happen? What would your life look like if you did the things, right? And how amazing would that be? And you picture it, and he's got this music, and you got your eyes closed, and you're just, And then he takes you to the dark side. What would your life look like if you didn't do the things? What would you lose? What would your life be like in 5 years if you did not do the things that you should be doing, versus if you did the things? And that was right? And I mean, and then I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm how old am I? 47? I'm going to be 48. And I had to think, do you ever do that? I forget how old I am sometimes. So I'm going to be 48 years old. I'm like, things just didn't start rolling for me till I was like 43. So I have some catching up to do. I cannot be sitting on my tuchus, waiting for a fairy to land on my doorstep to like magically present all this stuff to me. I got to hustle and I got to go get it. So anyway, I got off on a tangent when I was telling you about my notes, but this is big. Are you ready for this? Okay. A belief is only a thought that you keep repeating. Did you know that? A belief is not a truth. A belief is a thought that you think over and over and over and over and over. I can't sponsor. Nobody wants to join my team. I can't sponsor. And that turns into a belief. That is not a truth. You may think it is a truth. You would be wrong. It is not a truth, but it is a belief because you keep beating the drum of that. So if you started repeating the thought, and you don't have to even believe the thought in the beginning, but if you started repeating the thought of, I am getting better at sponsoring. I'm learning more about sponsoring. I am sponsoring higher quality presenters. I am sponsoring like a boss. I am constantly sponsoring. I am constantly running into people who want to join my team. I am constantly finding women who want to start a business. Write all that down because, see, that's not going to be normal for you. Write it on Post-its and put it all over your house. Put it inside the medicine cabinet. Put it inside the drawer where you keep your hairbrushes. Put it inside your closet, wherever, right? Put it anywhere where you're going to see it often. In the fridge. No, I don't. Will it stick in the fridge? It might stick in the fridge. Behind the wine. Put it anywhere where you are going to see it over and over. That is the drum that you need to start beating because that thought will become a belief. And when it becomes a belief, that is when you will begin sponsoring. That's when you'll begin sponsoring. But this is what gets me. So Deb Erickson is an amazing woman. I am not even going to try to claim this for myself. She is Deb Erickson. I know everyone's going to be saying, what's her name? So she is an amazing woman who has a website, I Can Institute, if that's the name of it. The I Can Institute. Google it. She has all sorts of coaching, training programs. I'm really careful on what I endorse, right? Because I don't want to put my name on something that I don't know for sure is amazing. But she has, every single one of her trainings is the best I've ever seen. I'm not kidding. She has a program called I Can Start. I would start with I Can Start. It's unbelievable. She helps you break through kind of things that are holding you back. Because honestly, we're always the one holding ourselves back. We're always the only ones holding ourselves back. So, how about this? Is your desire stronger than your belief? Is your desire to be a sponsoring machine? Is your desire to be an online party queen stronger than your belief? I would submit that it is not in most cases. I would say that for most of you, it is not. Not yet, right? Let's say that. Not yet. So that's why I say your words become your reality. You're not getting what you want. You're not ever going to get what you want. You're going to get what you believe. I believe everything is always working out to my benefit. Always. Always. There is not one space or cell in my body that doesn't believe that. Everything happens for my best interest. Everything. I had a divorce. Thank you, baby Jesus. Not this husband. He's still around. Don't you worry. He's missing right now. He's just out of the house, but no, we're fine. First husband, done. I had 4 miscarriages in 1 year. That was hard. Oh, that was hard. But you know what? Everything is always working out to my benefit. I ended up having a child, my second, at the exact moment that I should have had him. And I saw that years later. Everything is always working out to my benefit. Always, always. Even if it appears like it's not. Always working out to my benefit. I always come out on top. I always got to come out on top because the universe has my back and the universe has your back. And there's nothing different between me and you except possibly that belief if you don't believe that for yourself. Always, always, always. You look for the silver lining, you know, and it's like, was it Mr. Rogers? I know a lot of people have been sharing this quote lately with the disaster in Houston, and it's a horrible, horrible, horrible thing. But Mr. Rogers says that his mom raised him to always look for the helpers. Always look for the helpers. Always look for that silver lining because life is always working out to your benefit. Always. So, Deb, back to Deb. So she tells this story, makes this all perfectly, perfectly clear. So she had this girlfriend who was a realtor and sold high-end homes, like really high-end homes. And it was during the market crash. And so her and her friend were at Starbucks in line, right? I cracked up when she's telling the story because I'm like, magical things happen for me too at Starbucks in line. That's a belief that I have. Why do I always hand out my cards in line at Starbucks? Because someone is always talking to me that I don't know about money. Yeah, it's a belief that I have. Yeah, so it happens. I'm telling you, Sherry Potter. You could be Sherry Potter too. So Deb tells this story. She's in line at Starbucks, and her friend is going on and on and on and on and on about nobody's buying or selling high-end homes. Nobody's buying or selling high-end homes. Nobody's buying or selling high-end homes, and on and on. And Deb kept trying to help her, like, break through that mindset and help her with her business. So as they're standing in line, and she said they were at the first register, and these other 2 ladies, she said you could tell they were very wealthy, were at the second register, and they were talking really loud. And so Deb can hear them talking about, yeah, you know, we're really looking to sell our home. It's too small. We need a bigger home. You know, we figure our home will go for about $7 million, but we're looking at a home. We want to get something more in the $15 to $20 million range, and they're being really, really loud about this, right? And talking, and oh no, I need a bigger home, but I just can't find a realtor that specializes in high-end homes. And Deb was like, she said she was like standing there going, are you kidding me right now? Like, this is amazing. So she turns to her friend like, don't you hear this? The friend doesn't hear it because the friend's all, nobody's wanting to buy or sell high-end homes right now. Just kept going and going and going. And Deb was like, hello. Her friend literally, and she tells the brain mechanics. This is like an actual thing, okay? This is not just like a woo-woo thing. This is an actual thing. What does she call it? The reticular activating system. And I'm not even going to like try to explain that to you. Okay, that's not my forte. But it is a thing in your brain that is like a filter. Okay? And it will prevent you from seeing things that are right in front of you if you're not in that receptive mindset, okay? It's like, I'll get back to the story in just a second, but think about it. When you're in the market for a new car, and let's just say you want to buy like a VW Bug, right? And you're like, gosh, I think I really want a VW Bug. Do you not see them everywhere you go? You want to buy a Jeep? Hi, everyone and their mother now has a Jeep. You are a Jeep magnet. You're at the stoplight. There's Jeeps, 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 Jeeps. Everywhere you go. Everywhere you go. Whenever you're looking for something and you've got it in your mind, that reticular activating system turns on for you to be able to see or not see things around you that are relevant and important because your brain is like, ooh, she's interested in this. I'm going to show her this. You see? So when you're beating that drum of, I can't sponsor, I can't sponsor, I can't sponsor, the brain's like, oh, she doesn't want to sponsor, so we're going to turn that off. She's not going to notice when someone is sitting across from her talking about how they need to find a new job. Okay? So Deb is looking at her friend. Are you proud of me right now that I was able to get my train back on the... I have a squirrel brain, but sometimes he loops around the tree and meets himself. So Deb says to her friend, hi, do you see? And the friend is not paying any attention. So Deb actually had to introduce these two and said, okay, this is really funny. I'm sorry, but I overheard you. This is what she specializes in. And introduced the two of them. But guess what happened? Guess what happened? You don't get what you want. You get what you believe. Those ladies did not end up hiring Deb's friend because Deb's friend was not in the right mindset. She wasn't ready for what she claimed she wanted. She wasn't in the right frame of mind to be able to help these women with what they needed because she was beating the drum of what she didn't want. I mean, can you even imagine? But yet, think about it. It happens all the time, and it happens to all of us. It happens to all of us. And I'm just saying, like we talked about last week, okay, and I hope you guys all have your 3 sentences for sponsoring, and if you don't, go back and watch my Facebook Live from last Friday, okay? You're going to put together 3 sentences for sponsoring. But we have to be prepared for the life that we want to live, okay? Luck, the definition of luck is preparation meeting opportunity. I heard another thing, and I think it was from Deb. I listen to a lot of things. I listen to books on tape. I listen to YouTube. I listen to all, So I think it was it from Deb? I'm trying to think. No. Okay, hold on. I want to get this story straight before I share it with you. Okay, I'm going to screw it up, and I don't want to screw it up because then it's not going to make sense. So we're going to put that on hold. We're going to put a pin in it. Sometimes the squirrel brain is real. It's a challenge, a struggle, right? We're going to put a pin in that because I'm going to come back to that because I want to make sure that I don't screw that up for you guys. One of the things that she talks about too, though, is people who are stuck use stuck language. And that's kind of what we've just been talking about, right? People who are stuck use stuck language. Oh, I know what to do. Okay, I got it. Deb was saying that when women, the difference between men and women, when a man applies for a job, most men, the majority of men, will apply for a job when they only meet 60% of the qualifications for a job. A woman, typically a woman, will not apply for a job unless she meets 100% of the qualifications. That's crazy. That is a crazy difference. It makes sense to me. I could see that happening because men are generally more risk takers, right? With women, why do we have this worthiness bullshit that hangs over our head? Why? Stop it. I promise to stop it if you promise to stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Always work to where you want to be, okay? Work to where you want to be. So like I kept thinking about Deb's friend. If she would have worked to the level where she wanted to be, she would have gotten those clients. It's your preparation meeting your opportunity, okay? But that doesn't mean that you have to read every book in the world on sponsoring and on sales and on online parties. It doesn't mean you have to watch every video in the world on those subjects. It means get some information, but put it into action, because the only way to find the opportunity is to put it into action. And you know Sir Richard Branson, he's the Virgin Atlantic, Virgin, all that. He always says, if you get offered an opportunity that you are not ready for, say yes and then figure it out. Say yes first and then figure it out. Did I get into this business thinking that I was going to be a black status level 2 presenter with a very large team to manage and run? No, no, no. I didn't even know what was possible. I just knew the steps and the habits that were going to get me growing and going as quickly as possible. And so that's what I did. Same thing what I talked about earlier about these Facebook Lives. I don't know where this is leading. I don't know where my career or my business is going to take me. I am a Y lifer, by the way. That will never change. But I don't know what else is going to happen in my life, and I am open to any and all possibilities. And all I know is, what are the steps that I need to do? What are the habits that I need to have every single day to make the most of any opportunity that comes my way? Okay? So for example, I'm going to do a TED Talk. I don't know how to do a TED Talk, but I am going to figure it out. And TED is going to happen. TED is going to happen. I believe that. I believe that TED is going to happen. I don't know when, but I know it's coming. And I'm scared, as my grandma would say, pea green and purple, and I have no idea what that means. I'm scared and I'm nervous and I don't know what I'm doing, but so what? I've been there before. I've been there a lot of times in my life. You say yes, and then you figure it out. And if you fall, if you, any of you that know my story about I auditioned to be a fly girl back in the 90s, and some of you weren't even born yet, you don't even know what that really means. It was a cool thing back then. But I literally kicked a woman in the back of the head with a fan kick. You know, hey, did I think I was going to get the part? No. But it was an opportunity, and I didn't know what other doors it was going to open, okay? So that's all I'm saying. Even if it ends up that you kick someone in the back of the head, God bless them, throw them a Band-Aid and move on with your life. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay to fail. It's okay to fail. In fact, it's necessary for you to fail. It's very important for you to fail. The more successful you want to be, the more willing you have to be to fail. Okay? So we've gone off in 150,000 tangents today. But I want you to understand the bottom line here is that you are the director of your life that is the movie of your life, okay? You are your own director. You get to say, you get to choose how your life is going to be. No one else chooses it for you. Your friends, your family, your mama, your daddy, your sister, your jealous neighbor. It doesn't matter what anyone else has to say. It only matters what you have to say. So you need to sit with yourself. You need to decide. Put yourself in an imaginary bubble and decide. What do I want for my life? Decide that and write out the sentences that are going to become your belief. Write them out. You don't have to, it's going to take a while for you to be able to memorize them. Don't worry about memorizing them. That's why God made Post-its. You write them on Post-its and you repeat it every single day, several times a day until it becomes a belief. Whatever it is in your life that you want to improve upon, that's how you do it, girls and boys. That's how you do it. You change that belief and you will change the results that you're getting, okay? So anyways, thank you. If you have found value, please feel free to share, and I will see you a week from Friday on a regular time, Friday Facebook Live. Thank you for tuning in with me on a Wednesday. I love you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Okay, bye.